This is Curious Pictures question mark. He was hyperactive little boy, who is always furious. One day he was playing with his toys, but he heard this strange noise like people shouting. Curious Pictures question mark looked at the window and saw two men arguing over something. They heard a lot of older words of something. He couldn't take their mindless arguing a little longer. They saw Curious Pictures question mark walking nearby. His eyes were glowing red, and Drew was coming out of his snarling mouth. His eyes were glowing, and Drew was humming out of his question mark while kept snoring mouth sounds.
Hey, who are you, little question mark? Are you lost?
Suddenly, Curious Pictures question mark jumped onto the other man before he could even scream. Curious Pictures question mark bit his entire nose off.
Oh, Jesus Christ, my nose!
Screamed the other man.
Someone help me for God's sake! I'll get help.
Curious Pictures question mark was still furious. He quickly chased after the other men as fast as he could. The men stopped the policeman who was walking down the street.
Excuse me, but that question mark running this way is trying to kill me.
The man replied. The policeman saw Curious Pictures question mark walking towards them.
Now, little fellow.
Said the policeman, aiming his gun at him.
Don't make me arrest you.
Quickly, Curious Pictures question mark jumped up and bit the policeman's hand, causing him to drop his gun. Curious Pictures question mark picked up the gun and aimed it at the other men.
No, please, no.
But Curious Pictures question mark was not listening. He was still very furious, so he shot the man in the chest.
You little bastard!
Shouted the policeman angrily.
You're going to jail for that.
Curious Pictures question mark didn't like jail, so he shot the policeman. Suddenly, a jogger came running nearby, and so Curious Pictures question mark shot him too. And now the police were on their way. They had no idea what was going on. When the police arrived, Curious Pictures question mark started shooting at them, so they took cover. Finally, one policeman managed to shoot Curious Pictures question mark in the ass with a tranquilizer, allowing the police to take him to jail. That evening, Mr. Question mark came to the police station.
I'm here to give Curious Pictures question mark my son.
He said, so the police gave Curious Pictures question mark to Mr. Question mark.
Excuse me, where are you going now? I'm gonna go home and spank my son.
Replied Mr. Question mark, and that's just what he did.